Lights go down, but the stories ignite. Truth and tea in the dead of night. Drama deep as a midnight scroll, where secrets rise and the hot takes roll. Whispers echo through Hollywood halls. We're digging up dirt behind velvet walls. From shady scenes to viral mistakes, we break it down, no breaks, no fakes. Every headline hides a tale, behind the glitz, behind the veil. So if you're ready for the real unknown, come down beneath the headstones, where the wild truth finally gets shown. Entertainment, scandal, and all that's unsaid. We bring the stories back from the dead. Laugh, gas, spill what no one owns, right here beneath the headstones. From influencer feuds to movie gold, the spotlight fades, but the gossip's bold. Behind the glam, the scripts unwind. We dig up the legends they left behind. Every shade behind the fame, every player, every name. If you're brave enough to dig alone, come down beneath the headstones, where the untold finally gets known. Drama, mystery, the fun never ends. We're spilling truth like we're old best friends. Vital vibes and internet tones all live beneath the headstones. It's not just graveyards and gloom, it's red carpets and shattered rooms. It's lights, camera, and a twist of doom. So come down beneath the headstones, where every tale chills to the bone. Drama and laughs, no filters apply. We're bringing receipts they try to hide. So hit that like and claim your throne with us beneath the headstones. So you cracking with the headstones, where the wild truth finally gets shown. Entertainment, scandal, and all that's unsaid. We bring the stories back from the dead. Laugh, gasp, spill what no one owns, right here beneath the headstones. Headstones!
Why you acting like a weirdo?
Slapstar.
Weird ass nigga. Weirdo. Stop acting like a weirdo. What? Niggas weird. Why you acting like a weirdo? Stop acting like a weirdo. What? You niggas weird. Why you acting like that, my nigga? You switching, you tripping. You was up for a minute, bro. You was having your chicken. You used to be the sharpest petty knife in the kitchen. You used to be solid, but now you different. What you going through, my nigga? What you been smoking now? What you going through, my nigga? What you been snorting now? You ain't never acted like this in your life. You a different type of nigga. Hella try. They got you. They got in your ear. You out to look at yourself in the mirror. You used to be fitted, but now you're hella weird. She pumping your head up with shit that you wanna hear. You tricking, you tripping, turn on your partners and flesh. For a bitch that got more mouth on her pussy than Southwest. Just listen, my fella, I spit the real. Real nigga gon' tell you to your face just how he feels. Weirdo, dummy, gang goofy, simp, sap suck a bitch, nigga, hoe. I don't even wanna hang around you no more. Nigga, you a weirdo. Stop acting like a weirdo. What? Niggas weird. Why you acting like a weirdo? Stop acting like a weirdo. What? Niggas weird. Gang in this bitch going dumb. Gloves in this bitch with a gun. The ops up one, we up some. And I'm still outside having fun. You niggas bogus. Weird ass nigga in your feelings about these bitches. Weird ass niggas off that perk you be tripping. I'ma tell you about yourself and your weird ass gon' listen. You be on that bullshit, Scotty Pippen. I don't wanna hear it, not even a snippet. You ain't Pyros, I'm talking Pyro business. Fucking on your bitch. The Pyros did it, we ain't never gotta be cool. I'm bull with it. Niggas weird, equivalent to bitch. Niggas weird, take that as a diss. Niggas weird, they ain't on shit. Put the 40 at it, nigga, till it click. Weirdo, dummy, gang goofy, simp, snaps like a bitch, nigga, hoe. I don't even wanna hang around you no more. Nigga, you a weirdo. Stop acting like a weirdo. What? Niggas weird. Why you acting like a weirdo? Stop acting
Hey everyone, happy Saturday. I found that song by E40. The name of it is Weirdo. And I thought it was fitting because some weirdo on YouTube has not only exposed me, now they've diagnosed me with compulsive buying disorder or CBD. So we're going to talk about that and see if I am or not. I didn't actually read through everything that they posted. I just screenshot and then upload their post to my community page so that everybody can see what they're doing. And clearly, they're bored because they just posted 2 more. I went to their page just to see, we're going to share some of their posts, and they had posted 2 more things today. So, yeah, Cuckoo is right. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. I think they missed their calling in life. So Pookie, thanks for being here. All kinds of knee diseases going around. I'm not sure what that means. Angie, thanks for being here. Nanny, again, thanks for being here. Nanny says, this is a strange world we live in. 85% of people have lost their minds. That is true. Hey, Josh, what's going on? I got penny shop addiction and YouTube addiction. Greetings, everyone. I hope all are well. Yes, I am well. And apparently I'm having a nail polish party as well, but we'll get to that in a moment. You may not have been able to see my community posts yet, but they posted two new comments related to my post. So we'll share those. Evil Queen, thanks for being here. JS, good to see you. Deanna. Who else is here? Yankee Kyle, thanks for being here. And yeah, we got a weirdo on our hands for sure. Sunnyside, thanks for being here. JS says, bring on the weirdo seems to be trending today. I only heard, I stopped in the Sinners earlier, and then my plan was completely ruined today because not only did I not realize we were supposed to get snow, but Dollar General, their shelves were pretty much bare. So I couldn't do the 5 off 25 deal I had today. And then there's a glitch with the app, so I couldn't do it anyways. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I drove all this way. But anyways, that's for a different time. I did go to Dollar Tree though. And I did find some more pennies. I actually found, I think somebody was hiding it because it was underneath a bunch of folders. They are rolls of paper that you can use they're like sticky on one side, but it's not kind of like a decal, but it's a book cover. So they have this roll it's hot pink, which is my favorite color. And so I got, I think 6 or 7 of those. So yeah, it was a good day. I mean, I didn't do what I wanted to do, but I did get outside even though it was super snowy here. Let's see. Who else is here? Hey, Sinner. Jaya says, well, you and Kit both got a cray-cray today? Oh, no. Kit has I know she was dealing with, what was her name? Those girls from TikTok that were obsessed with Wade Wilson. Hopefully, nail polish party. Oh my gosh, this person, I swear, their grammar just gets worse and worse. They were doing so well, and then it just fell apart. Sunny says, I'd love to do penny shopping, but I never get good reception in the store. And I think they do that on purpose because some stores, when you connect to their Wi-Fi, it works perfectly fine. But other stores, your regular internet doesn't even work. So I don't know if I think it's them, but it does stink. It does stink. And that's why knowing what to look for is half the battle, because if you know what it is that you're looking for, it's easy just to get it. Nanny says I may have a problem with buying myself. I actually did have an issue during COVID. I spent way too much money on clothes. I found this amazing boutique that was based in Texas, and the owner, Katie, was super nice. She was fun, and I just bought way too many clothes. Way too many clothes. So, did I have this problem in the past? Absolutely. Do I now? No, I do not. And we'll get into that. Oh, wow, 70 there, JS? That would be nice. Angie says 15 inches of snow where you live. No, thank you. We probably, Weather Channel said we were only supposed to get up to an inch, but when I left my house, we had already gotten about 3 inches of snow. And then when I got home, there was only like a dusting, so not a ton. And then apparently it's going to be raining soon. Evil Queen says, I hate to admit it, but I have never been in a dollar store. Interesting. You're not missing much. Because the dollar store is no longer a dollar. It's kind of like Dollar Tree has become like Dollar General or Family Dollar, where things are all different prices. Most of it is $1.25, but oh, okay, JS. This lady came into her DMs about like, what? Like, don't these people have a hobby? Like, go find something to do. Go find something to do. So let me go to my YouTube page. And actually, before I go, let me just share the link to that song that I had played. And again, this is E40. And the name of the song is Weirdo. And so check them out. I had found another song, because this one, I didn't know if I wanted to play this one, because it is, they say some words that I don't like the words, but the other one was like, I don't know, it made it seem like I was the weirdo, and I'm not the weirdo. This person is the weirdo. Okay. So let me go to posts. Okay, so this person, so yesterday I decided to just go see what they were up to because I hadn't been to their page in a few days. And so they posted, actually they posted two things yesterday. I forgot about this one. All right, so let's go to this one first. So this first one, so 22 hours ago. Oh, so like, let's see, so probably like 9 o'clock yesterday. So I said, today's daily delusion. Thanks for the view and support, loser. So why do live streamers on YouTube get low viewers and low stream views? So now they're going to AI to ask about why people get low views. Okay. They seem more invested in my channel than I am, because I do this for fun. I don't do this to make a living. So I don't know. I mean, I guess thank you for doing the research for me. I really don't know. This person is clearly feeling some sort of way. JS says, whoever this person is that said you have CBD would probably give me CBD plus. I fill up a 4-bedroom house. And the thing is, Well, we'll get there. Okay, so it says live streaming on YouTube is fundamentally different from platforms like Twitch or Kick, and many creators struggle because they apply the same, quote, just go live strategy. Here are the primary reasons why live streamers often see low viewer counts. See if I can, there we go. Lower viewer counts and stream views. 1, lack of packaging, titles and thumbnails. Unlike other platforms where people browse, oh shoot, I must have cut that off. Crap. Okay, well, I don't know what that says. Although I guess if I went to AI, I probably could. You know what? Let me go to Gemini. We'll see if it says the same thing. So, why do live streamers on YouTube, I want to make sure I have it verbatim, on YouTube get low viewers and low stream views? Okay. Oh, so this actually has some of the same things, but some of them, let's see. So the packaging was there, relying solely on live discoverability. Okay, so these are different. So I'm not sure what AI they used. Maybe ChatGPT, I'm not sure. Evil Queen says, this person has no views almost ever. Is it personal? Yeah, it's personal. Because initially they were exposing headstones and headlines. Now it's headstones and headlines exposed. This person has an issue with me. And they need to figure their life out. Okay, so that sucks that I cut that. Okay, so let me, because I don't want to show their page because, let's see, YouTube, oopsies. All right, so let me see if I can see the full photo here. Oh, mother trucker, they deleted it. All right, well, I don't know what the rest of number 1 said because they deleted this post. This is why I screenshot. Okay, well, I think my thumbnails have gotten better since I first started. So anyways, number 2 says no pre-stream promotion or scheduling. Going live spontaneously often results in 0 viewers because the algorithm hasn't had time to, quote, find an audience for that specific session. I don't agree with that. Because some people go live like without scheduling a live and they do just fine. Hey Doodles, thanks for being here. Jaya says, I'm okay with being in that 15%. I'm already lifetime 10% member of the lefties. I'm a lefty too. And I always say one day lefties are going to rule the world. Okay, so the fix, schedule your streams at least 30 to 60 minutes in advance. This creates a waiting room where viewers can hang out and get notified before you actually start. Well, I try to give 30 minutes notice all the time. Relying solely on live discoverability. It is extremely difficult to be discovered naturally through the live tab on YouTube. The fix, use supplemental content like YouTube Shorts and regular uploads. Oh, how about that? I do that. I don't do videos though, so maybe I should start doing that. The more people watch your shorts or videos, the more likely YouTube is to recommend your live stream to them. Oh, and then that cut off too. 4, the small channel testing phase. The YouTube algorithm operates differently for small channels. It often tests a video or stream with a small group of people, impressions, and if they don't click, it flatlines the reach. The fix, focus on search engine optimization or SEO. Include relevant keywords in your title, description, and tags so the algorithm knows exactly who your right audience is. I also do that in my description. Although I guess maybe I should put them in my title too. I don't know. I always just put the tags in the description because it puts it next to the title anyways. Number 5, human psychology and the empty booth effect. Viewers behave differently with small channels. Just like a person might avoid an empty booth at a farmer's market because it feels high pressure, viewers often hesitate to join a stream with 0 to 1 viewers. And I can't see what the rest of that said. And if I click, yeah, it won't let me make it bigger. All right, so that just kind of, like, whatever. Like I said, they're more concerned with my channel than I am. Okay, so then they posted, what is compulsive buying disorder? And they said, make sense. So I don't know if this is a statement, if it is a question. Again, no punctuation, no capitalization. They just are now writing phrases. And it makes sense. Okay. Doodle says, I wonder if she's ever looked up obsessive compulsive disorder and taken notes about herself. So I don't know, like, I don't know who it is, but they need to work on their grammar. That's all I know. Doodle says, too funny to watch her scramble at any single thing to throw on the wall about Emmy. Yeah, I mean, they did take a break, I guess, but they deleted a bunch of stuff. So let's see, what was the... Okay, so 8 days ago, 6 days ago, 4 days ago, and then, so I don't... Oh, so then they took a few days off too. Because I had posted this, I screenshot this 21 minutes after they posted it. And then this one, oh, I don't have how many minutes it was. Okay, so this says compulsive buying disorder, or CBD, often called shopping addiction, is a behavioral condition characterized by an irresistible and overpowering urge to shop and spend despite severe negative consequences. While it is not officially classified as a standalone diagnosis in the DSM-5, it is widely recognized by mental health professionals as a process addiction or an impulse control disorder. Okay. Why does my phone keep turning off? What in the world? Okay. Unlike a normal shopping trip, CBD typically follows a distinct psychological cycle. 1. Anticipation. A preoccupation with shopping or an intense urge to buy a specific item or just the act of buying. Okay, well, I can agree with that because usually they're penny items and it is exciting. This Tuesday, I shared on my Headstones community wall, there is an amazing penny list coming out from Dollar General. So I would definitely watch that video and kind of get a sense of what items there might be. I went to a couple of Dollar Generals today because the first Dollar General I went to didn't have the stock I needed. Like, they didn't have stuff on their shelves. The second one I went to, that's when my app wouldn't work. So nothing was going, like, none of my coupons were attaching. So I was just like, forget it. And so, I just kind of looked around and I was like, oh, there's some stuff that's going to be pennies. There's some stuff that's going to be pennies. So yeah, I have anticipation because it's exciting. Preparation, planning the trip, researching sales, or scouting locations like tracking penny lists. All right. That is true. I prepare. I watch YouTube videos. When I go look for pennies, I look around to see if anything is there that's on the list. Yeah, Nanny, I love a good deal. Who doesn't? I agree. JS says, I actually did have something like that. Didn't know one of my meds does interfere with impulse control, and I was definitely buying. Huh. Evil Queen says, definitely trolling you, but it's a weird troll. Yeah, and that's what I said. Like, stop being a weirdo. Sunnyside says, I know that feeling. Christmas or sales excite me, especially after the Christmas sales. And I believe, at least this in the past, Dollar General doesn't penny Christmas items. They mark them down to 25 cents. So that should also be happening on Tuesday. So Sunnyside, be on the lookout. Those items will be 25 cents starting on Tuesday. I believe. Okay, so shopping. The actual act of browsing and purchasing. This is often described as a high or a rush of euphoria. Well, I disagree with that because I don't get euphoria in Dollar Tree or Dollar General. It tends to make me anxious because they're messy, there's too much stuff, and I just want to look for my stuff and go. So it's the act of shopping and purchasing, like I don't get a high from that. I don't. Because normally if I buy something, it's something I need, especially if it's not a penny. Like I don't just go to the store to buy stuff to make myself feel better. And then number 4, spending. The final transaction. This is usually followed by a quote crash. Feelings of intense guilt, shame, or depression once the excitement wears off. That is also not true. Because I'm not ashamed of getting penny items. I don't feel guilty for spending that money. I mean, I was looking yesterday and hold on, let me look at these receipts because I had these here just to see. So the 14th was Wednesday and the 16th was yesterday. So between those 2 trips to a Dollar Tree, I spent, let's see, $1.13 plus 53. I spent $1.70 for 170 items. And then obviously there's tax. Today, when I went, I spent 35 cents with tax. So I didn't look at my receipt yet from today. So I must have gotten like 32 or 33 pennies. So in 3 days, I spent probably $1.50 on penny items. $1.50. That's less than going to Dunkin' for coffee. There's no guilt there. I have spare change. That's what I use. Okay, so then there's one more. Okay, so I don't know what the top of this said, but it says indicators. Emotional regulation. Shopping primarily to cope with negative emotions like stress, loneliness, or anxiety. No. That is not why I shop. I shop because it's exciting. Speaking of, the thrill of the hunt. The pleasure comes from the transaction itself, not the item. Many people with CBD leave their purchases unopened in bags or boxes. Well, that is not true. Well, technically it is because I donate everything. I did keep a few things from the other day. I kept the sleeping mask, kept the erasers, and I kept the folders because I can use them at school. Everything else has already left my house. It's gone. Except for the stuff I got today, which I have to organize, and that is leaving tomorrow. That is going to the thrift store tomorrow. So it is like I'm spending money because it's exciting, but it's not like I'm spending hundreds of dollars. I spent 35 cents today. That was including tax and gas money, obviously, because I used gas to get there. But that's how much I spent today. 35 cents. That's it. Lack of control. Trying to cut back or stop shopping, but finding it impossible to resist the urge. Well, I'm not trying to cut back or stop. And like I said today, like Dollar Tree, like I went there, but there's too much stuff. I just don't have the patience or the time. So I give myself an hour to wander around and look for pennies. And then I'm out of there. Dollar General, same thing. You got an hour, Emmy, and then you're done. It's also a way to get your steps in because it's so freaking cold here and windy that I'm not going to go walking outside when the snow is blowing everywhere. So I walk around the stores. Kind of makes sense. All right, let me get the chat right quick, and then we'll finish up this. Right, they seem so concerned about my spending habits. I mean, they're more invested in what's happening with my channel and with me than I am. I mean, and they're not blocked here. They're probably watching. They probably already screenshot my thumbnail, and they probably are going to post it at some point. I mean, they should post the song Stop Being a Weirdo, because that's what they're doing. I know. Shame for spending $1.70. Shame. I mean, shoot, I don't even know. I guess there is some stuff you can buy for $1.70, but I mean, it's not like I'm buying. Well, some people might see it as crap, but I see it as saving things from going into the landfill. Because as soon as I checked out today, the girl called the manager over, because I guess that's what they have to do. And the manager looked at everything I bought. And then she told another girl to come over. She looked at what I bought. And then they said, now go find if there's any other duplicates, because we need to pull them and get rid of them. They go right into the dumpster. So why not? It's exciting, thrilling. I get out of the house. I'm not sitting on YouTube all freaking day like I used to, because I did. And I'm helping people that may be less fortunate get things that they can't afford. So I see it as a win-win. Agree, Sunnyside. It's a good feeling when you can donate the items. Those flowers that I had gotten, I think it was last weekend or the weekend before. Anyways, the flowers I had gotten, I actually donated to our rescue because they are doing a fundraiser where they're doing baskets to raffle off. And so they're going to make a bunch of, raffles, including, the fake flowers in a vase or other things. So, that also saved a lot of money because some of those flower bunches were $5 a piece. I mean, that can add up when you're doing, fundraisers to try and raise money for a nonprofit. So There's no shame in my game. There's not. I watched one video today, right before I went live. I don't know where this girl lives, but she went to Dollar Tree, and I think her one transaction came to $8 in change. She had found over 800 penny items. 800. It was, I'm like, where does this girl live? Because my Dollar Trees are not that stocked with pennies. Definitely not. But some people do. Like they just keep everything they get. I don't. I keep what I need and the rest is gone. Out of here. So having a fulfilling life, damn it. Yeah. Right, Nanny. No shame in my game. No shame in my game. I don't know. Evil Queen, I guess you're maybe talking about somebody else. I went and left a comment when I was cranky. She took it down. I don't know who you're talking about. Andy says, I need to go shopping with you, Emmy. Like you're kind of shopping. Well, and I've been sending my screenshots. I keep forgetting to take pictures of my cart, though, which sucks. But I've been posting the pictures of the hauls I get. And I do have, I don't think I posted, I did scan a product and then take a picture of my phone and then the in-store scanner, because sometimes the app will tell you it's a penny, but when you scan it in store, it's regular price. That's at Dollar Tree. At Dollar General, the app will tell you it's 0.00, and then that means it's a penny. JS says, okay, the one about buying and not using is my late roommate. All she did was shop and never open it. When she died, I found 2 decades of stuff. So that would be like the compulsive buying, where you're just buying because of how it makes you feel and how it helps you cope with negative emotions, because it just sits there. My stuff doesn't. Like it leaves my house. Kindness, the audacity. I need Jones in. The audacity. Crafting is not cheap. I'll have to bring out the end of this video. I'll bring up that one girl I was watching earlier. It was insanity, the amount of stuff she found. Yeah, a lot of people don't. When I was talking to the cashier today at Dollar Tree, and I said, I didn't learn about this until this past week. And I said, I've been doing it at Dollar General. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. She didn't even know Dollar General did it. So a lot of people don't know. And so if I can help someone get something, inexpensively, why not? Why not? If only your kids would be so attentive about what you're saying is that channel. Straight A's for everyone. I know, and state exams are coming up. So we have Monday off for Martin Luther King Day. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are state exams. And I think a lot of the kids are already starting to freak out. I think I freak out just as much because I want them to do well and I don't want them to stress out. And, it's I don't know, just a scary time. Scary time. But thankfully, New York State has decided to eliminate the Board of Regents. So starting in August 2027, the Regents state exams will be no longer. Well, they will be no longer required to graduate high school. So when I was in school, there were 2 tracks, Regents and non-Regents. So Regents track was more so for those who were planning on going to college. Non-Regents was the path for those kids who wanted to go into the trades or work right after high school, etc. When No Child Left Behind happened, every student in New York State was required to pass Regents exams in order to graduate high school, which, in my opinion, was the stupidest thing they could have done. Because some people are not, they're not test people. Like, I'm not good at trades. Other people are. And a lot of kids fell through the cracks. So now they've decided to just completely get rid of. They're going back to the way it was, which they should have done a long time ago. So that'll be nice because I won't have to teach to a test anymore. I can teach math and teach it in a way that kids are going to use in real life, because they always ask me, when am I going to have to know this on the Regents exam? Because that's the truth. Most of the stuff they're learning in 9th grade algebra, you will not need to know for the rest of your life, but they need to know it to graduate. That's what it is. All right, so let's get back over here. Hiding the behavior. Lying to family members about how much was spent or hiding bags and receipts to avoid judgment. Definitely not true, because I share pictures of my cart, pictures of my hauls with family. I post them online. Like, nope, not hiding it. Definitely not. Okay, why does it happen? CBD is often linked to the brain's reward system. The act of finding a deal or making a purchase triggers a release of dopamine, providing a temporary escape from reality. It is frequently seen alongside other conditions, such as anxiety and depression, hoarding disorder, ADHD due to impulsivity, low self-esteem. I do have anxiety, have had it my entire life. That's it. I do sometimes think I might have ADHD just because I'm so distracted all the time, but I'm not diagnosed. So I have anxiety. That's it. How is it treated? So now let's see. How am I going to treat myself? Because it is a behavioral addiction, it is highly treatable. Common approaches include cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, identifying triggers and changing the thought patterns that lead to the quote urge. Group support, programs like Debtors Anonymous or Shopping Addicts Anonymous. Financial counseling, helping to rebuild credit and manage a strict budget. Oh, speaking of credit, give me 1 second. I just realized I have not checked my credit score in a while. Un momento, por favor. Let's see. Let's see what all this penny shopping is doing to my credit score. Let's see. My bank is cool. They have a thing where you can check your credit score for free. So you don't have to like go through the financial planning, credit score. Dun, dun, dun. Gathering your credit data. All right, so the highest you can have, the highest your credit score can be is 850. My credit score as of today, it did go down 19 points. I'm a little sad. So maybe I'm spending a little too much. I don't know. I'll have to see. It is also winter, so my heat and gas bill has gone up. My electric bill has gone up. So it could be that. But it went down 19 points. My credit score is currently 787. 787 out of 850. So it was, actually, that's kind of sad. It was 806. It was 806 and it went down to 787. Yikesy, I better get moving. I better get that back up over 800. The point of telling you that is because this is not me. I'm not addicted to shopping. I actually hate the mall. Like, I hate people. So that's why I don't go to the mall. I rarely go to a store. Today it was nice because it was so snowy. There was no one out. No one. I think there was maybe like 3 or 4 cars in the parking lot today. It was like nobody there. It was amazing. Okay, so it says, if you're concerned about your own shopping habits, would you like me to help you find some, quote, self-assessment questions or strategies to help curb the urge to buy? They want you to keep an open line of credit. Yeah. I use my credit card for everything. Well, except for pennies, because that would be stupid to use a credit card for 35 cents. JS says, I have solar. Thankfully, I'd be screwed if I didn't. I don't want a 600 bill when it's 115 outside. Yeah. My credit score goes down when I pay something up. You know what? That could be it. I got an email from Capital One saying, congratulations for paying off your credit card. That's probably why. I mean, I have a bunch of credit cards that I use, but I tend to use the one, Wells Fargo has one that you can use your rewards points towards your mortgage. So that's the one I use the most because I get money towards, rewards towards my mortgage. And then I use my Amazon one the second most because I get cash, like, what is it, like the percentage back for buying certain things. So you can kind of use your points to get other stuff. Those are the two that I use the most. I rarely carry cash. Doodle says she knows it's not you. Attention-seeking behavior. That's it. Nothing more. Let's pray for her show. Yeah. All right. So that was, we're going to get more into the, what is this again? Compulsive buying disorder. Okay. So then I had posted earlier today, B. Tim apparently said that I admitted on a live stream that I wear diapers when I drive. And so I posted this, tagged B. Tim. So there's a clip of me admitting driving to Davis Fams in a diaper. Oh, shoot. I'm telling their grammar. Hold on a second. Let me fix that. That's a question, not a statement. Please email me the link to said live stream or post the link in the comments. I won't hold my breath. And then I put this patiently waiting, right? The skeleton. Okay, so now we get into today's daily delusions. So I posted, okay, so this was 3 days ago. So they're going through my posts again. 3 days ago, I posted where I got this nail polish. So I took a picture of my cart. No live today. I decided to try my penny shopping luck at Dollar Tree and go out to dinner. I scored 113 pennies. Here's half. Forgot to take a photo before checking out. And this was all the nail polish stuff. And then I had all the other stuff, which I did post a picture of. So then they shared an hour ago. Well, this is when I posted it. So hour and a half ago. Must gonna have a fingernail and toenail painting party with that lemon with all those nail polishes. Laughy face, laughy face. Must gonna have. The grammar is lacking. A fingernail, and who says have a fingernail and toenail painting party? Why not just say, must be going to have a nail painting party, like fingernail and toenail, or must be going to have a manicure and pedicure party. Like, that's what I would say. We're going to have we're going to get some manis and petties, you know, like we're going to have a mani-pedi party. That tells me this is probably a dude. Because who says must going to have a fingernail and toenail painting party with all those nail polishes? Hey, Cheese, did I just hear you say that B. Tim said you wear diapers when you drive? Yes. Actually, maybe you know what, we could actually watch that as well. I didn't clip it. But I did clip because when I heard about what B. Tim said, I said, let me go see. It was on Kathy P's live. So when I went over there, I said, let me just rewind a little bit. And so I was listening, and she had said something about, you know, anyone who clips her and posts it while she's live, she's coming after their channel. So did I do it because I was being a bitch? Yes. I wanted to see if she was going to strike my channel for posting a clip of her while she was live. So yes, I was being a petty bitch, but she didn't strike me. So I guess she said something, she told me to shut up or something, that I don't know what's going on. And she has a point. I don't have any idea what's going on. All I know is that she had one of her late husband's buddies look up military records, which is against the law. That's all I know. So she's right. I probably should be quiet because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about her saying she's going to come after channels if they post clips of her while she's live. So that's what I did. That's what I did. Okay, so anyways, and so then I just said, today's daily delusion number 1, how does one have a nail painting party when all of the polish has already been donated? And I don't paint my nails. I don't paint my nails. I have a bad habit because I'm anxious all the time, I, you know, mess with my fingers. Okay, so then they shared the post that I said to be Tim, which I just read. They said, evidently you probably do wear them, but too ashamed to admit it. Okay, so no punctuation. They do have a period, but no capitalization. Evidently you probably do wear them, but too ashamed to admit it. Okay, so that, I guess it's mostly a sentence. And then I said, today's daily delusion number 2, find a hobby, weirdo. All right, so actually, since that's there, we're going to talk about the shopping disorder more. And actually, so let me see, did I share the post where they said, oh yeah, they said my one thing was boring. Hang on one second. All right. Did they share? Oh, they deleted a lot of stuff. Let me go to my page then. Okay. Oh, here. Supposed to be discussing what the topic, I guess, like what the topic was supposed to be, but then I started talking about Davis Fam's long post. So they're probably going to write another post about me getting off on a tangent, but that's okay. So let me go to, let's see, Kathy, is it Kathy P? Oh, there it is right there. Let's talk about it. Live. These two stream things is really irritating. I know I tried it. Okay. Well, I'm giving her some money because this account, my Beneath the Headstones, doesn't have YouTube Premium. So, one second. Let me just search. Oh wait, I gotta search the transcript. So let's go to transcript. Find headstones. Oh, yep. Okay, so here. Oh, so this is when Kathy P told me to be quiet. I'm trying to get traction to my channel by getting into the. I'm not getting into anything. All I did was clip the fact that you said you were gonna come after channels that post you while you're live. So that's what I did. All right, so let's go. Let's go here. What did Pookie say? Oh, I am the hobby. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but the thing is, like, why don't they just come in and say, hey? Say, hey. The fact that you diagnosed me with something that I clearly don't have tells me you need to do more research because you're way off kilter here. Way off. All right. So I haven't listened to this. So let's see what. So it looks like, oh, okay, so I mentioned 3 times. All right. Okay, let's see. Oops. Hang on. Let me go back. There we go.
Okay. Well, so Headstones is trying to get some traction to her channels by getting into this. Headstones, shut your mouth because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I think
no one ever.
Well, she's right. I'm not getting into anything. I'm not getting into anything. So, you know what? Let me go. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to show you the short I made. I'm not getting into anything. I have no, like she said, I have no idea what's going on. That is the truth. I don't. I haven't really been watching this side of YouTube much. I'm more concerned with our country going to hell in a handbasket. Okay, so beneath the headstones, two shorts. Okay, so this is the short I made. It's like 30 seconds long.
Remember when we watch clip channels that context matters?
Absolutely.
And it's not just the content, it's also the context.
I'm going to tell you what, if they keep clipping my lives while I'm live and putting out clips, I am going to try to take their channels down. And you know, I've never been about that, about anybody's channel going down. But how dare you?
I don't even think that was, oh, it wasn't even 30 seconds. It was 23 seconds. 23 seconds. What am I trying to get into? What am I trying to get into with that clip? Nothing. Okay.
So Headstones is trying to get some traction to her channels by getting into this. Headstones, shut your mouth because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I think
no one ever released any information that was personal.
I think
personal.
Wait. I think she'd ever released maybe she was talking about somebody else. I don't know what she's saying. I think she'd ever release any information that was personal. I think, oh, so then Tim, so Kathy wasn't talking about me with that last sentence, I don't think. I think she was talking about whatever she was talking about before. And then Tim interrupts.
I think she was mad because I thought when Queen ever said, like, you know, Headstones drove like whatever miles in a diaper, I thought she was joking. I thought that was a joke, but apparently
B Tim, stop. Like, here's the thing. B Tim is the biggest troll ever. He was telling Kathy some stuff when I was listening to, like, when she said about the channels. When I heard some of the stuff he said, like, stop trolling Kathy. He knows full well that the shit isn't true. Well, he should, since he was a part of it. But he's getting her going. He was getting her going. So now he's pretending he thought it was a joke. You were on the freaking panel, and not long ago, B. Tim, you mentioned me again, saying about, talking to some, who was the person they had thought like somebody was shady. So this woman was on the panel, and B. Tim said something like, "Oh, do you know Diaper Dino?" And the lady was like, "No." And then he's like, "Oh, da, 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 da." And I'm like, why? Why? I have nothing to do with what's going on. But he keeps bringing it up. So maybe B. Tim probably is this channel that is a weirdo. This is probably B. Tim. I think it's B. Tim. And if it's not, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Let me get over to chat real quick. Sorry, my voice is like, it's going out. B. Tim is going to get beat up by a strong wind. Well, I don't know about New York City, but upstate, it's been pretty dang windy. It has been really windy up here. Oh, and I did see this. Oh, Denver. I don't do football, so y'all talk amongst yourselves with that. Doodle says, no, she's fine to care for herself, I'm sure. She's more angry today, but she's okay. Oh, that must be about somebody else. Okay. Yeah, it is a complete lie. I mean, and then I have the clip somewhere where B was telling Ellie, and Ellie was like, no way. No way. No, I didn't. I have a job. And plus, I would never drive to Ohio and spend gas money. No. Doodle says there's proof on a live that was taken down about who was the one driving. I probably have the clip somewhere. He does. He does have a lot of time on his hands. I think this channel is B. Tim. I had said it the last time. The way the language is, this is how he types in chats. He has the broken English. He forgets words. I haven't really paid attention to the grammar and punctuation, but I think this is B. Tim. Because he's the only one that continues to talk about the whole diaper situation. Like, get over it. Get over it. She says, I bet B. Tim still thinks Narcos Clips and I are the same person. Probably. I know you're not, just by the way you speak, but... Hey, Casey G, how are you? Just found out the kid prison I used to teach at is currently being... I'm guessing you meant ICE lockup? Wow. Pookie says, I'm craving myself up. Do you mean cracking yourself up? Maybe you do need sleep. Oh my goodness. All right. I need to stop interrupting this. Okay, so let me just go back a little bit. Okay.
I think she was mad because I thought when Queen ever said, like, headstones drove like whatever miles in a diaper, I thought she was joking. I thought that was a joke, but apparently there's a clip that she did.
Yeah.
She did that on a live stream.
Yeah, that's why, he was always saying that it was literally Davis fam, and it wasn't. I seen the clip.
Whoa, you saw the clip too? Kathy, send me a link because you know full well that B Tim is not going to do it. You could even drop the link in the comment section of my post so that everyone can watch it. Where's the clip? Where's the clip? I have never said that because it didn't happen.
But yeah, that was actually said. Yes.
Bro, why would you ever share that?
All right, what was the time? I gotta clip this. What was the timestamp? 1:37:28. 1:37:28. All right. Un momento. I just need to write that down. 1:37:28. And that's, oh wait, I was mentioned 5 times. Hold on. Oh, I was mentioned again. What the heck? Okay. All right. So let me just I guess I'll start here. This is where the sentence ends. So let's start here. So I mentioned
allergy meds were draining my wallet, hoping it would cure my dog and scratching.
Because that's probably the first and only time Betty will tell the truth.
To it, like that's fucking funny. Queen, don't you dare be mad. You know that's funny.
Yeah, and then when you see Deets is over there and she's got her shoe and she says she's talking to a shoe. She's got a big shoe and a little shoe. The big shoe and a little shoe.
So what she said?
And you know what? Fuck you, headstones. Because when that shit was all done to you, even though I was a mod, a courtesy wrench, by the way. I stuck up for your.
Oh, you dug me with a courtesy wrench. Oh, a courtesy wrench when you were a mod for me? No, it wasn't a courtesy wrench. I didn't mod you because it was out of courtesy. It was because we actually got along. Like we talked behind the scenes, Kathy, or have you forgotten? Like is you know, all of this messing with what happened in the past? Like I have nothing against you. What? I don't know what the context is though. Like, because she says, you know what, F you headstones, because when that shit was all done to you, even though I was a mod, a courtesy wrench, by the way, I stuck up for your. Like, what is she talking about? Maybe I need to go back a little bit more. All right, so I'm just going to read the transcript because I don't really want to listen to Brittany's live. So I guess I don't know who was talking. Okay, let's just go back to here.
Middle of a fucking, not even a sentence, in the middle of a freaking word repeatedly through your so-called lame true crime, which you stuck at, by the way. And that's what she did to this live. Halfway through, she goes and starts talking about, well, maybe a little over halfway, she starts talking about a true crime case and with the drama, of course. And like, you know what? You all know my feelings on Betty, but Betty was so right about her.
Listen to it. I can't even listen.
She hasn't addressed that either, has she? Of course not. Is she not? I mean, she addresses every little word that's said about her. She fires up alive to cry and play victim. How come she hasn't responded to what Betty said about her? Truth hurt, maybe? Is that why? She addresses.
Oh, shoot. I just accidentally hit the wrong thing. Dang it. So, is she talking about Brittany? Did Betty mention Brittany? I haven't watched Betty in a long time, since the last time I, you know, showed that one clip about her. So did Betty mention Brittany? Is this what's happening? Yeah, they did flip the script because they said I drove to Ohio and took pictures for Sinner outside of Davis Pham's house. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And if I wanted pictures of her house, I could have done what Queen Bee does and just gone to Google. Well, she uses Bing because my house is blurred on Google Maps. But I mean, if I wanted pictures, I would go to Google. I don't need to drive hundreds of miles to get a picture of a house I don't care about. She says, I pay to see these two brainiacs try an open can of Spam, the old style with the key. I don't know if it, like the flip thing? Is that what you mean? They throw out the most ridiculous idea. I don't know why she brought me up. Like, it makes no sense. Like, I don't have anything against Kathy. And it wasn't a courtesy wrench. Like, she was my mod for a long time.
Responded to what Betty said about her. Truth hurt, maybe? Is that why? Because that's probably the first and only time Betty will tell the truth.
To it. Like, that's fucking funny. Queen, don't you dare be mad. You know that's funny.
Yeah, and then when you see Deets is over there and she's got her shoe and she says she's talking to a shoe. She's got a big shoe and a little shoe. The big shoe and a little shoe.
So I watched Jones's live last night with her, Nunya, and Deets. So I know what, I think that's reality talking. I know what reality's referring to, like talking to the shoe. But then what does that have to do with me? Because they were playing the, I think they were playing the clip of B like jumbling her words up, and she said something about texting and shoe in the same sentence. But what does that have to do with me? Oh, so she did say something. So Deanna says, I don't think BHB was trying to be mean, merely stating her opinion. So she did mention Brittany. Okay. Because I'm like, what is happening? This is so bizarre. This is an hour, almost an hour after B Tim brought me up. So how am I coming up again? Is her chat up? No, of course not. Nope, no chat. Well, because I thought maybe somebody said something in the comments, but
So was she drinking?
And you know what? Fuck you, headstones, because when that shit was all done to you, even though I was a mod, a courtesy wrench, by the way, I stuck up for your ass because it was wrong how you were being treated, being doxxed in your job and everything.
And you know what's interesting is that, yeah, what Betty was doing was really bad. She said she was calling she never said where I worked. She never did a virtual field trip like B did. She said my name, my city and state, and she just said she was going to come to my job with a bullhorn. So where were you? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you were sticking up for me when B was doing field trips, but maybe you were also having fun watching. I don't know. But Betty is not even, I mean, she's the one who started it, but I thought she was bad. Betty's definitely not as bad as B is. I still don't understand how I got brought up here. The skit that they were doing on Jones's live last night has nothing to do with doxing. So what are they talking about? What is she talking about? What is she talking about?
Everything else. And also, even at first, I still stuck up for you about the shit with the students in your chat, even though I was in there and knew it was the truth.
What? I still stuck up for you about the stuff with the students in your chat, even though I was in there and knew it was the truth. My students were never in my chat. Like, seriously, Kathy, what flavor Kool-Aid are you drinking right now? Wow.
Because it was wrong how you were being treated, being doxxed in your job and everything else. And also, even at first, I still stuck up for you about the shit with the students in your chat, even though I was in there and knew it was the truth. Fuck you.
Wow.
You proved to be nothing but a slime bucket after the way you did your good friend Bash.
I did nothing to Bash. I did nothing to her. And that's another thing. They've created this whole narrative about what happened between Bash and I. Bash is the reason that Sinner's military record made its way around these streets. She's the reason. And you know why it happened? It was Thanksgiving 2023. And Aileen, who was a good friend to many on this side of YouTube, said she was in my hometown eating at a restaurant down the street from me. So I called Bash. It was on Discord. I called Bash on Discord. Or no, it was on Discord initially. She didn't answer, so I called her phone. And I believe I was on a call with Sinner on Discord, so he heard what I was saying. I asked Bash for Aileen's phone number. She would not give me Aileen's phone number so that I could call Aileen and say, what the hell is going on? I'm not going to speak for Sinner. He can tell you what happened on his side if he wants. But allegedly, according to Aileen, Bash was afraid, so she wanted to know who exactly Sinner was, so she got his background report. She then shared it with Laugh at Life, and Laugh at Life shared it with others. So Bash is the reason that Sinner's record made its way around YouTube. Nothing happened between Bash and I. And I'm sorry, Bash, that I'm mentioning your name, but they keep bringing you up. And I need to defend myself because they don't know anything about what happened between you and I.
And he wants some of what she's drinking. And she's talking to her dog, though. Listen, if you listen.
Right. So what do I have to do anything with B talking to her dog? Okay, so it looks like, oh, she mentions me again. Okay, hold on. Let me see. She mentioned Bash again. Okay. I might need to download this live. I don't know. Like, I feel like I need context. Like, why did she bring me up? All right, let's just, how far was it that she mentioned me?
I'm not willing to.
Okay, so where is, oh, so it was 4:36. I don't want to go back 4 minutes. That's too far. 32. All right, let's just go to 34. I'll go like 2 minutes back. I don't know why I'm coming up again.
Yeah, I don't. You will never be able to prove that I put out any personal information on him because I never have. I've never put out personal information on anyone. Not saying I didn't have things, I just never put them out.
But I didn't think this was about her putting the information out. I thought based on, was it Shady that had the clip about, it was like B Tim gives Kathy P advice, something like that. Wasn't it, didn't she say that her late husband's buddy got the military records of Sinner and I don't know who else? So it's not about her putting things out, it's about getting information, I thought. But like she said, I have no idea what's going on. So I'm just going by clips I see. Doodle says you got brought up because you are adorable. Well, I don't know about that. Uni says all they do is sell their souls over there. Integrity, character, morals, not a good look. I just don't get it. Like, what flavor Kool-Aid is she drinking? For real? I mean, it all because I posted that 23-second clip that she was going to come after. She was going to go after channels for posting a clip of her while she was live. That's not against TOS. But threatening to take a channel down is. Doodle says half the chat didn't even know what they're talking about anyways. Yeah, Bash and I mean, I still have the lives. I mean, they're all members only now because it's all about Betty. And I will say they are on the highest tier because they, you know, they're not important anymore. But yeah, we did a ton of lives together. Ton of lives. B Tim is trying to tell her what to say. Yeah. That's what he does. It's weird. It's like leading. Like when you think about detectives when they interview a suspect or a person of interest or just someone who is at the scene who may have been a witness, he is leading her. He is planting the seed and then using it as a manipulation technique where, oh yeah, I heard the clip too. No, you didn't, because it doesn't exist. Send it to me. Or do one even better. Post it as a short, post it as a video, and then just send me the link so I can go watch it. And if I said it, then I'll admit it. Okay, I did say it, but I never said it. Now B is saying to come after her that she asked for the info. I don't know what that means. Oh my God, the night Betty came injured. Oh, into your chat and blocked all of us. That actually was, I have a clip of that when she came into my chat. Because I was gonna review her and she made the live private and it went down. I was like, ugh. She got me. She got me. She got me. Okay.
His criminal record was being passed around all over the place, from what I understand. Never covered it. Never talked about it. Nope. Because I don't care. I've seen the way he threatened Bash with physical violence. It's a proven history, a pattern of his to threaten with physical violence all the time on the YouTube streets. There's plenty of proof of it. I actually seen the messages he would send to Bash. Have them. Never shared them with anybody, though. You know.
Oh, so you have messages that, why not share them? You want to prove a point now. I mean, that seems to be, the new, the new thing to do is share personal messages. I will never, though, and I've gotten shit for it. But I'm not going to share personal messages or emails for that matter. And why do they keep bringing Bash up? That's what I want to know.
Why? Why would I do that to Bash? She did, what would it, everybody knew? Hated Faniverse.
You keep bringing her up, so why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you release those messages to prove your point? I mean, it would make sense, right? Probably because they don't exist.
Everybody knew how he treated her. Headstones knew. No. But you can bet the appointment I have today, all that stuff is going to be handed over. Will prove my point about the pattern, the history of violence towards especially women and their families, single moms. I'm not the one getting arrested. I didn't break no law. But you never know who else could be. You never know. You, my dear, gave me grounds for a restraining order.
What?
Pittsburgh's not that big, and I have lots of family in that area. Not that hard. And you know what? A lawyer can find you real easy.
Okay, I guess she's talking about Sinner there, because I don't live in Pittsburgh. So that's not my thing to review. But that was the only other time I was mentioned. So that's all we're going to review, because I don't actually, let me just look up Emmy quick. Oh, she just called somebody Emmy instead of Kimmy Lou. Okay. All right. So back to our regularly scheduled content. Don't want to get the, my weirdo creeper to make another post about the fact that I got distracted. So let me take this down. Yeah, it was November 2023. That was the last time I talked to Bash. And we stopped going live together probably like October, because she had gone to meet Betty at the end of September 2023. And so we did a couple of lives together. The one live stream that we did after she met Betty is on this channel. It's something about crocodiles. Where is it? I can share it so everybody has the link. Oh, here. Crocodiles are easy. They try to kill and eat you. So this is, if anyone's interested, this was kind of the catalyst of everything that's going on. In my opinion, this was the starting point. And yep, September 17th, 2023. So over 2 years ago. And we're still bringing it up. All right, so let's go to, oh my gosh, it's been an hour and a half already. Okay, so let's go to Google. Compulsive buying disorder. Here we go. Okay, so the technical term is compulsive buying shopping disorder. Okay, so let's see what this is. Oh no, this isn't that's an experiment. I want an actual like information about what this is. So how to stop compulsive shopping, understanding compulsive shopping. Oh, here we go. This is from nature.com. Nature.com. All right, so let me add this back. I diagnose her diagnosing you as a shopping addict as her having tapeworms. Oh no. Who was it? I think Dietz actually brought up tapeworms yesterday because people actually will, I guess, quote, infect themselves with tapeworm in order to lose weight. That just is insane to me. Why would you want tapeworm? Gross. She illegally got my military records and she's getting a restraining order on me. I guess so. She says, I have excessive window shopping disorder, if that's a thing. I'm guessing everything is a thing. Okay, so it says compulsive buying disorder and behavioral addictions. Oh, this isn't what I wanted either. I wanted an, okay, well, let's just see. So it says compulsive buying disorder is increasingly recognized as a behavioral addiction characterized by persistent and excessive purchasing behaviors that result in significant distress, impaired functioning, and adverse financial consequences. This condition, which is often intertwined with other psychiatric comorbidities, such as mood, anxiety, and impulse control disorders, poses a substantial public health concern. Research has further revealed that compulsive buying shares neurobiological, cognitive, and social dimensions with other behavioral addictions. The disorder's onset typically occurs in young adulthood, and its persistence over time highlights the need for an integrated approach that considers genetic predispositions, neurocognitive profiles, and psychosocial stressors. This comprehensive understanding not only informs diagnosis and intervention, but also encourages the development of tailored therapeutic strategies, including cognitive behavioral therapy and pharmacological interventions. Well, that was a lot. Recent investigations have expanded our knowledge of the underlying mechanisms of CBD. A comprehensive review has updated the conceptual framework of compulsive shopping, emphasizing its classification as a behavioral addiction and drawing attention to its cognitive underpinnings in co-occurrence with other psychiatric disorders. Studies exploring behavioral segmentation among young adults have contributed to recognizing distinct subtypes of compulsive buyers with clear variations in impulsivity, emotion regulation, and financial decision-making. Moreover, neuropsychological research has identified key associations between reward processing deficits and cue-induced craving and buying behaviors, thereby aligning CBD with patterns observed in substance-related addictions. I'm going to read that again. Because it says key association between reward processing deficits and cue-induced craving and buying behaviors. And it's saying it aligns CBD with patterns observed in substance-related addictions. Further analysis have also examined the role of self-control and its inverse relationship with debt accumulation, underscoring the socioeconomic implications of CBD in supporting the need for integrated intervention frameworks that address both the psychological and practical aspects of excessive buying. Technical terms. Okay, so here we go. Compulsive buying disorder, a psychiatric condition characterized by an overwhelming and uncontrollable urge to purchase goods despite adverse consequences. I don't believe there are any adverse consequences to penny shopping. On the contrary, it has many positive consequences. So, behavioral addiction, an addiction involving a compulsive engagement in non-substance related activities leading to functional impairments. Comorbidity, the co-occurrence of two or more disorders or conditions within an individual. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a structural psychotherapeutic treatment that aims to modify dysfunctional thoughts and behaviors. So that just has to do with publication. See, that's not what I want. I want, actually, can I click on these hyperlinks? Compulsive shopping, a review and update. Oh, see, these are all just studies. I want an actual article. Debt out of control. Let's see what this one is. No, see, these are all experiments. I want an actual article. All right, let me just see. Maybe I have to go to Google, to Gemini, because I am not finding any actual article about. Oh, here we go. How to overcome oniomania. Compulsive spending disorder. So I get, oh yeah, so they do mention compulsive buying disorder. So let's read this one. Nanny says, do they have shopping rehab? I may need to check in. I don't know. I'm going to have to check that out. I'll have to ask Google. I'm spending way too many pennies. I guess so. Do they, let's see, what was Nanny's question again? Do they have shopping rehab? Let's see. Do they have shopping rehab? Oh, and actually that brought me to another article that we could possibly read. So counseling and rehab can help you uncover and treat the real causes behind your shopping and problem spending. For example, if you generally shop as a means of dealing with stress, then you will want to treat the underlying emotional causes and build new skills to replace the shopping habit. All right, so we'll get to that one after. Let's do this one first. Excuse me, my throat is being weird. Chi says, meaning that shopping releases endorphins and dopamine. Yes, it creates a sense of euphoria. Yeah, you get a high from it, which I didn't disagree with. Like, it is exciting to find penny items because it's like a scavenger hunt. You know, like, you may find them, you may not. I mean, if the stores are doing what they're supposed to be doing, you shouldn't find any. But Dollar General doesn't hire a lot of people to manage their stores. I just saw another comment that Doodle says she's a math teacher. Exactly how much more self-control can a human have? Well, I'm only a math teacher, Monday through Friday, 8 to 3. Okay, so how to overcome oniomania, compulsive spending disorder. The term oniomania, which is used to describe people with obsessive, problematic shopping and spending behaviors, consists of the Greek words onios, meaning for sale, and mania, also known as compulsive buying disorder, CBD, and impulsive compulsive buying disorder, ICBD. That would be a tongue twister. Impulsive compulsive. Oniomania can leave a devastating impact on your financial health and mental well-being if left untreated. By ending relationships and draining savings accounts, oniomania can be caused by and serves to empower a variety of other psychological problems, including anxiety, depression, or even other types of addictions like hoarding or gambling. And yet, despite all these negative consequences, people suffering from oniomania rarely seek help for their condition. This may be because they are secretly ashamed or because they are unable to see what's really going on, since they were unaware that oniomania is a condition. Even when people want to regain control over their destructive habits, they may not know how and where to find the resources that can assist them in this process. So let's go over oniomania's characteristics, symptoms, and causes. We'll explain why oniomania may be more common today than it was in the past and share advice from therapists and psychologists on how to remain self-sufficient financially and psychologically. I wonder if there's a quiz online you can take to see if you have this. I'm sure there is. Even if you don't personally suffer from oniomania, thinking critically about your spending habits can still help you become more responsible with your personal finances. That is very true. My sister is really into budgeting, which, I mean, to each their own. I always ask her, why not just keep the money in the bank and pay your bills that way? She is a person who needs to actually see the money that's like coming into her home and going out of her home with spending. I don't spend a whole lot of money except for my bills, so I just, it just stays in the bank. Okay, so at this point, you might be wondering what's the difference between an oniomaniac and someone who likes to shop, perhaps a bit too much. Based on what we're shown in the media, we're inclined to believe that the other two are rather similar. Clinically, however, they are quite easy to separate. Whereas most people who like to shop are concerned with their purchases, compulsive buyers obsess over the act of purchasing itself, as is shown when they acquire something that's unnecessary or insignificant. Whereas people who like shopping will return an item if they do not like it and start budgeting if they run low on money, people suffering from oniomania are no longer able to make rational, let alone financially responsible decisions. They sometimes emotionally dissociate from what they are doing, making their purchases while they are in a kind of trance. Spending relieves feelings of anxiety and depression, but only temporarily. In a short time, they might become moody, irritated, and gloomy, and their confidence plummets. Well, I definitely am not making purchases in a trance. I would hope I'm not, because I have to drive to get to the store. So I would not want to be in a trance while I'm making these purchases, because that would be really scary and unsafe. To a certain extent, spending makes everyone feel good. In 2007, a group of researchers from MIT, Stanford, and Carnegie Mellon looked at the brains of American consumers via fMRI technology and found that when they purchased desirable objects, their nucleus accumbens, the brain's pleasure center, would light up, indicating a positive simulation. This simulation can take on different forms. For instance, some people get particularly excited when they believe they have gotten a good deal. This, researchers say, is the result of the prefrontal cortex, the decision-making part of our brain, interacting with the insula, the part of our brain that processes pain. That's interesting. It's hard to say just how widespread oniomania really is. However, according to one study, it's been estimated that the disorder affects as many as 8% of the general population in the United States. The same study mentions that roughly 90% of people with oniomania are women, a strong claim that has raised many eyebrows over the years. To date, counters Monica Vermani, a clinical psychologist specializing in the treatment of trauma, stress, mood, and anxiety disorders, data on gender differences regarding oniomania is sparse and contradictory, and therefore inconclusive. Vermani mentions a German study that found equal rates of compulsive buying among men and women. The way she sees it, women are overrepresented in oniomania studies not because they disproportionately suffer from the disorder, but rather because they are more likely than men to express their worries and seek psychological help. So, like, when men buy all of these, quote, toys, right? So, like, their cars, their boats, their four-wheelers, all of their electronic things, I mean, would that be considered compulsive buying disorder? Because do you really need 5 cars? Do you really need, all these other things? No, not really. Men tend to relate seeking help for mental health issues as a sign of weakness, a pervasive perception which may account for this dramatic gender gap. When it comes to recognizing oniomania in your own behavior patterns, the presence of other psychological disorders is typically a better indicator than your gender. These include disorders such as drug addictions, which make it difficult to control your actions, ADHD, which makes you more easily distracted, or depression, which can lower your self-esteem and drive you to search for external approval. You can also recognize oniomania by the impact that the disorder has on your life. Compulsive buying will ruin your credit score, deplete your savings, and possibly push you into bankruptcy and debt. The disorder can cause you to accrue so many items that you struggle to organize them, causing stress and exhaustion, and possibly triggering hoarding habits. In turn, any of these developments could spark conflict with loved ones. Amanda Giordano, an associate professor of counseling at the University of Georgia, who specializes in addiction, sums up the signs of shopping addiction like this. If someone loses control over their shopping behaviors, for example, they shop more frequently for longer durations of time and spend more money than intended, engages in shopping compulsivity, engages in shopping compulsively in response to an urge rather than a planned intentional act. Okay, so let's go through these. So the first one is if someone loses control over their shopping behaviors. So they shop more frequently, longer durations of time, and spend more money than intended. Well, I do shop more frequently because I go to different stores, but I only shop for, I limit myself to an hour per store, which could add up. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there are extreme cases for sure. Nanny says, clothes are definitely my downfall. I have so much. Me too. And that's what during C19, I was buying clothes. And I have clothes still with the tags on. And I've been planning for many years to list them online to try to sell them. And I should just donate them because they've been sitting there for 2 years. Let's see. Okay, so that I explained. Engages in shopping compulsively in response to an urge rather than a planned intentional act. I always plan my shopping trips. Always. So like today, I plan to go to a Dollar General that I knew always had things in stock. And then the app wouldn't work. So then I went to another store. They didn't have what I wanted in stock. And you can't rely on the app. Well, I couldn't because my app ended up, it's locked or something. There's something going on with the Dollar General app. But I would plan everything I'm going to buy as well. Like I have a list and that's what I get. So that does not apply to me. I plan everything. Continue shopping patterns despite negative consequences, financial issues, relational conflict, poor sleep patterns, shame, etc. Nope. I sleep just well. Well, I go to bed way too late. That is not a very good sleep pattern. I go to bed way too late when I have to get up really early. But that's not because of shopping. That's because I have other stuff to do. I don't have financial issues. I'm not ashamed. And I don't have any relational conflict. And crave shopping or is mentally preoccupied with shopping when not engaging, it should alert us to the fact that this person may have a shopping addiction. I don't think about shopping when I'm not shopping. Except for now, because I'm talking about it. I mean, I may think about it when I'm planning my trip. So like when I'm looking at my app to try to figure out how I'm going to save money. Like, yeah, but I don't think about it all the time. As mentioned, there are people who suffer from oniomania and refuse to get help. Barriers like shame and stigma around financial struggle, says psychotherapist Joyce Martyr, and behavioral health problems often keep people from seeking the help they need and deserve. She adds that sufferers may deny the problem even exists. They may use defense mechanisms like denial, rationalization, intellectualization, or projection to avoid dealing with their addiction. Bermani notes that, quote, for some, shopping numbs uncomfortable feelings, just as using alcohol, drugs, pornography, gambling, overeating, or other substances or behaviors do for others. The way that she sees it, compulsive buying is supposed to fill an emotional void or weakness. Ashamed to admit weakness, the compulsive buyer looks for excuses that rationalize or justify their abnormal behavior. Often, the issue is interwoven with trauma or problematic perceptions of money, society, and family. Treating compulsive buying. While semblances of oniomania were being described in scientific literature as early as 1905, the disorder did not start to receive serious attention from psychologists and researchers until the past 2 decades. The development of the modern consumer economy, the victory of global capitalism during the end of the Cold War, and the rise of TV, the internet, and social media platforms have all contributed to the shift in academic focus. The topic of oniomania became especially pressing during the COVID pandemic, when online shopping became an unhealthy and irresponsible outlet for a greater number of individuals than ever before. I was one of them. However, now that COVID is over, I shop less because I can still get out and do things. And I actually buy less because I still do Walmart delivery. So I only order the things that I actually need. So I'm not going to Walmart, getting what I need, and then also impulsively finding a bag of peanut M&Ms that just happen to jump in my cart. So during COVID though, like it was definitely unhealthy. And I remember I got my credit card bill one month and I looked at what the balance was. And I said, what the hell, Em? Like, what? And right when I actually saw the amount, it was disgusting how much money I had spent. I completely cut out my spending. Cut it out completely. Because at that point I knew that I could not keep doing what I was doing because I had spent way too much money in a very short period of time. Thankfully, I was able to completely pay it off, so I don't have that over my head anymore. But it took not ordering out, I think that too. I mean, penny shopping, I started doing it before COVID, and then it almost, I did a little bit during COVID, but then I just didn't want to go out. So, I mean, there's pros and cons, but I will say during COVID, I was definitely in an unhealthy and irresponsible place in life. She says working out is definitely one of my compulsions. Pump high is a thing. Yeah, Nanny, Amazon is easy access for sure. Doodle says, I hate shopping and avoid it until there's nothing left in the fridge and I'm starving, LOL. I do an order once a week, but like if I know, like for example, this week we have state exams and I'm not going to be able to actually, well, I don't really get a lunch anyways. I'm with kids all day, but I won't be able to actually sit and eat my lunch. I'll probably just bring PB&J sandwiches. So I'm not going to order anything this week because I'm not going to need anything. So, but I'm the same way, like unless it's, like grapes, I have to buy those every week because I use them up. So like, the perishables I tend to buy every week, but I can go without the other stuff. I don't need all the other crap. I guess I'm boring people. We only got 9 people watching. I think this is interesting. And it's clearly showing me that I am not suffering from CBD. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah. The more experts dive into aniomania, the better we are able to understand the disorder, its symptoms, and crucially, its potential remedies. Studies stress that a definite treatment hasn't yet been delineated. However, at least one team of researchers said that antidepressants mixed with cognitive behavioral therapy have an unwritten history of treating excessive pathological buying with success. Psychologists also have advice. Martyr recommends starting off with a financial cleanse to promote fiscal consciousness. By imposing a spending ban for a duration of time of your own choosing, you not only save money, but also get in the mindset of saving money. Once you're in this mindset, it's time to create what Martyr calls a relapse prevention plan, in which you identify and avoid your common triggers, like someone you want to impress through excessive spending. If you have a relapse, Martyr cautions, practice self-compassion, learn from it, and move onward and upward. It takes some time to change old patterns of emotional spending. Some compulsive spenders try to stop purchasing things altogether, but this usually doesn't end well. Rather than abstaining from all shopping, which is unrealistic, individuals should choose to abstain from the compulsive, out-of-control behaviors. Compulsive spenders could, for instance, try to avoid using their credit cards so they don't spend more than they can afford. Giordano also encourages people to explore the function of their compulsive shopping behavior. Is shopping used as a way to escape problems, to feel valuable, to experience pleasure, to increase self-esteem, or to cope? Once the function or purpose of compulsive shopping is determined, individuals can find more adaptive ways to meet the identified need and cope with life's adversities. Along with counseling, individuals with a shopping addiction may find Debtors Anonymous beneficial, which is a 12-step program to help those with compulsive debt, which can include debt accrued from shopping addiction. I had no idea that Debtors Anonymous existed until just now. According to Martyr, compulsive buyers in the US make an average of 156 impulsive purchases per year. Each purchase sets them back around $81.75, making for a grand total of $5,400 per year and a downright shocking $324,000 per lifetime. There's like my impulse, like when I think about an impulsive purchase, that would mean, like for me, it would be getting a Coke Zero and a box of Good and Plenty's, or getting McDonald's on the way home. $81.75 on impulsive purchases per purchase? There's no way. That's like what I spend in groceries a week. And that's because it's just me. Obviously, if I had a family, it would be a lot more, but what? $82 each time? Like, what are these people buying? Pookie says it keeps me from hitting the dollar sales in the store too. Oh, what did Sunny say? Hey, Glow, how are you? Did you get snow today? Oh, Sunnyside said, I hate grocery shopping too. Try Walmart delivery. I like Walmart delivery. And I've also done LD through DoorDash, which is also a good thing. I actually wanted to go to LD's today, but the weather, wasn't cooperating. So I'm going to go on Monday instead. Oh, talking about the Walmart pickup. Yeah. I started doing Walmart pickup when COVID first started. And then, well, I hadn't even known it existed. I kept going in the store. And then my sister started doing pickup. So then I started doing it. And then eventually I got an offer to try Walmart Plus. That includes, if you have to spend, I think, $35 to get free delivery. But I haven't stopped. I mean, I had to give myself a fake name though, because they kept delivering to the wrong house. But I love it because I don't overspend. I get what I want, what I need. I'm not adding extra stuff to my shopping cart. So I actually like that. That money could have been invested in a home and education or other products that you actually need in order to survive and thrive in the world. Ultimately, though, treating oniomania is about much more than just protecting your finances from your own impulses. It's also about maintaining your personal mental health and improving your relationship with others. That was actually a very good article. And I see I'm over 2 hours already. So, excuse me. Oh my gosh, my throat is so annoying. I'm so sorry. So there was this other article, but I think I just want to look to see if there's online quiz for compulsive shopping disorder. I'm going to take the quiz if they have. Shopping addiction quiz. Take this test. Oh, well, I wanted one that was like multiple choice. Like where you can just click buttons. But I guess this is going to, let me just see if I can find. Oh, here, shopping addiction quiz. Is this interactive? Oh, it is. Okay, so this is only 10 questions. So let me share this instead. I'm going to take this quiz right now. So headstones and headlines exposed. I know you're watching. You've probably already posted something about me on your wall or your community page. All right, so first question. Do you quite often feel the urge to go shopping when you are low or depressed? No. When I'm low or not feeling in the best mood, I want to stay home and just be by myself. I don't want to be near anyone. So, choose. Number 2, do I get a high from shopping? This one is tough because, like, penny shopping, yes. If I had to go shopping for groceries, no. So we're gonna just talk about penny shopping. So I'm gonna say yes, I get a high from that. I do. Do you frequently walk away from a store with many more purchases than you had intended to make? No. Because, I mean, sometimes I find a lot of pennies, sometimes I don't. So there's times when I think that I'm going to find them and I don't. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Are your credit cards almost to their limit or maxed out? No. The one thing that I hate, some of these credit card companies keep increasing my credit limit, and I have to call them and be like, I don't want my credit limit that high. If I lose my credit card or if someone robs me, they could buy a freaking car. No. 5,000 max. That's as high as I want my credit cards. I don't need it to be any higher than that. I don't. All right, so no, choose. Are you unable to resist a sale or bargain? This is a tough one because if I see something on, like, this is a hard question, because if I just see something on sale, I'm not going to buy it just because it's on sale. Like, I would need to actually want it or need it. So I'm going to say no. I am able to resist. Do you ignore family or work responsibility? No, I do not. I do not ignore my family, or I don't call out from work to go shopping. No, I do not. I go after work if I want to. Do you try to hide? No, I don't hide my purchases or lie about them. I send pictures to my family. Look at what I got today. No, I do not. Do you buy a lot of things that you end up not even using? Yes. I feel like this is everybody. I have a bunch of stuff that, when I moved into my house, I had from, when I moved out of my parents, that I still haven't, it's still in the boxes. Do I need it? Clearly not. Do I want to deal with it and look through and I just don't want to deal with it. So it just sits there. It's not hurting anybody. Number 9, do you feel a sense of guilt or shame after some of your shopping trips? No, I don't. Well, like, if I stop at, like, sometimes if I stop to get fast food, I'll kind of be like, oh, you shouldn't have gotten that. Like, you could have just eaten a sandwich when you got home or made something. But, like, I don't feel guilty for shopping. No, I'm going to say no. Oh, enter your email below to receive our free mental health newsletter. No, I don't want it. So would you use the word addiction to describe your, okay, that was just this. You probably don't have a shopping addiction. You answered no to most of these questions. So, in sum, headstones and headlines exposed. Maybe you should take this quiz, because I think you might have an addiction. Maybe it's not shopping, but you definitely have an addiction. So that quiz just told me something I already knew. If any of you would like to take this quiz, it's only 10 questions. Feel free. I just shared the link in chat. But that is all I've got for you today. So thanks everyone for being here. I do appreciate it. It was nice to talk about something that, one, I didn't really know a lot about, and two, was actually very informational. And it wasn't sad and angering like the stuff going on with ICE in our country. And I feel I need to get, even though I will cover more, I think, I will keep covering what's happening with ICE, but there's also a lot of other things going on that also deserve attention. So we're going to get back into my, true crime lives where we talk about different stories, and that will start tomorrow. On my main channel, Headstones and Headlines. And that will probably be let's see. Yeah, probably my normal time, 4:30 Eastern. It depends on what I do tomorrow, but I do plan on being home by 4:30. So, yeah, Chloe, an addiction to Emmy, sicko person. Like when someone asks you, are you addicted to anything? And they'd be like, this girl named Emmy Headstone. Emmy Headstone. She says, I don't have a shopping addiction. I have a lack of funds issue. Yeah. And it I feel like at times I probably should be more mindful of where my money's going. But usually, like payday, I pay all of the bills that I have to pay, and then I order out once a week. That's the only extra spending I do, in addition to groceries and things that I need to get. But I try not to spend money because, yeah, you never know when you're going to need it. So anyway, I hope to see you tomorrow. If you haven't hit that oh wait, I don't even have an outro for today. And I don't want to do my normal outro. Let's see. What song do I want to? I think we are going to end this with Radiohead. We are going to end this with Radiohead. Okay. So we are going to end this with Creep by Radiohead. So have a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so on your way out. And until next time, y'all, I will see you on the flip side.